Hey guys, let's do a little bit more science together. So go ahead and get your science books out, and we are on page 85 today. We're going to do 85 through 90 today. We're talking about ants today. I think you should be starting to see ants outside pretty soon. I know randomly I found one in the bathroom at school the other day, and I was a little surprised to see it there. So they're starting to wake up and venture out. So let's take a look at the vocabulary words at the top of the page. We have, repeat after me, guests, probably, crumbs, colony, and busy. And busy is definitely a word I think of when I think of ants. How about you? Can you think of any other words that you think of when you think of ants? Well, let's read about them. The hard-working ants. If you have ever been on a picnic, you most likely have had some guests you did not invite. They were tiny, but you could see them. If you looked closely, you could see they have, how many legs? 6. And remember we talked about insects. How many legs do insects have? They have 6 legs. If you got in their way, they probably bit you and it hurt. So sometimes ants bite you and they hurt, and sometimes they don't. It depends on the kind of ant. Who were your guests? They were ants. Ants love picnics as much as you do. Turn the page. If you left some crumbs, an ant may have carried them away. She can carry things up to 6 times as big as she is. Can you carry things 6 times bigger than you? No, you do not need to, but the ant does. The ants you saw on your picnic are called workers. Everyone say workers. Workers do all the work for the ant family or colony. Say colony. The ant colony can have thousands of ants, so the workers are very busy. So here they are carrying some leaf cuttings. And then we've got a little picture down at the bottom here showing ants taking their food down in to help their colony. All right, let's go on to page 87. More vocabulary words. Repeat after me. Stomach, lawnmower, build, enemy, housekeeper, creator, and sluggard. And sluggard is someone who is lazy. Ooh. So, what do ants eat? The workers must find food for everyone back at the ant nest. Grown-up ants' throats are too small to eat food. Oh, isn't that interesting? The grown-ups' throats are too small to eat food. Only the babies eat food. So your picnic crumbs are going to feed the ant babies. Oh my goodness, did you know that? Isn't that interesting? The grown-up ants drink juices, which they squeeze from fruit and other things. When an ant finds some juice to take back to the nest, she puts it in an extra stomach God gave her. This stomach is just for carrying juice back to the nest. What? An ant has an extra stomach? That is weird. Oh my goodness. Ooh. The worker has many other jobs too. She must take care of the queen ant, all the babies, and all the queen's eggs. The workers lick the eggs and keep them clean. If the room the eggs are in gets too damp, the workers will move the eggs to a dry room. If it is a very hot day, the workers will move the eggs to a cool room. Those worker ants are super busy. Wow. That's crazy. And look at them doing all their work with the eggs. Licking them to keep them clean and then moving them. That's wild. As the queen ant, we're on page 89 now. As the queen ant lays more eggs, the workers build more rooms in the nest. Some rooms are for the eggs. Some rooms are for the babies after they hatch. Some rooms are to store food. Sometimes there is even a room for trash. Oh my goodness. So this picture is kind of cool, and you can't see all of it on my screen because I couldn't quite fit it all in there. But they show, can you find on there where the baby ants are? On mine you can see it. You can see the baby ants are in that room. Can you find the room where the eggs are? I want to say it's the really low one at the bottom, which you can't really see on my screen, but you can see on your page. Some rooms are to store food, so that I think the bottom one is the eggs, and then up here would be the food, and here would be food maybe. Sounds right. And some rooms are for trash. So I would probably over here, and maybe the bottom corner, that one could be food though too, I don't know exactly with the pictures. And then there's the queen. Do you see the queen ant is there laying eggs? And then we're gonna finish up with page 90. The worker is also a good housekeeper. She keeps the nest very clean. Some colonies have workers that will even mow the grass. What? They mow the grass? Do any of you help mow the grass yet? Or is that a job that you'll do someday, you think? Their lawnmower is their jaws. So while we use a lawnmower, like Dad might use a lawnmower, or even Mom, we have to push a lawnmower or sit on a riding lawnmower, and the ants use their jaws. If danger comes, the workers are the ones to fight the enemy. The workers are very busy little ants, aren't they? God wants us to be busy too. And then it says at the bottom, which you can mostly see on my screen, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. Proverbs 6:6-8. So that means that we should be looking at the ant. So God is talking to the lazy person in this verse. You sluggard, thou sluggard. Look at the ant. Think about how she works and how she's wise. She doesn't have anyone telling her what to do, no ruler or overseer, but she still gathers and provides the food that they need for the harvest for the rest of the year. They aren't lazy. Ants are not lazy at all, which is a good reminder for us to make sure we're not being lazy. And I think actually for right now, while we're at home, doing school at home is a really easy time for us to get kind of lazy and not do the things that we need to do or help Mom and Dad out. So make sure you're being a hard worker like those ants, those worker ants, and helping out at home. I think that would be a good challenge for today. And I have a feeling Mom and Dad would agree. All right, well, I will see you guys later. Have a good day.